Hi guys, welcome to another F1 Clash video. It's Friday, we've made it to nearly the weekend. And that means only one thing, opening round and final round is due upon us for the MSC Belgian Grand Prix. Hopefully all my Alfa Romeo team players are here as well. The strategies got us to P1 last week, so fingers crossed we can do it again. It's definitely going to be hard though, some tough competition faces us ahead. So, here are the tracks that we've got to face this weekend. We've got Belgium, 100% chance of rain. We've got Hungary with a 30% chance of rain. Sao Paulo, nice and dry. Singapore, 33% chance of rain. We've got Melbourne, 100% chance of rain. Monza and Austin follow, no rain there. And Belgium again, 71%. So a lot of rain this weekend from Hutch, so that means a lot of two stops that we potentially have to do compared to the AI's one stop. We're going to get into the strategies for Alfa Romeo. If anyone else is watching, then feel free to use them, absolutely. But for us, Alfa Romeo players, here comes your strategy, and let's hope we can pick it up P1 again. Discord down below in the description. If you enjoy the content, like the video, subscribe, become a channel member. All the links are down below. Let's get racing to F1 Clash, Belgian, opening round and final round. Let's kick in to the strategy guide then for all you Alfa Romeo players. And we're going to start off with Belgium fully wet. So if you're on the front, free wet. And if you are driver two wet. So splitting the strategy. You've also then got the back half of the grid, two wet, and a 1-3-2. Now, obviously, that means that both drivers will pit on lap number 4, so you've got to manage the gap. There is no easy way of doing a one against the one stop in Belgium. Because we're doing two, it's tough, so you've just got to make sure you really do watch the gap between drivers. Very difficult track, but hopefully you can come through with some big points. We move to Hungary. Now everyone has had Hungary pretty much recently and probably got used to it following last week's GP. So 4 soft, 4M with Frost and Sar is possible, and a 3 soft, 5 hard is very good as well to do that big undercut. No problem on tyres here. 4M for driver starting at the back, and the same strategy again. Bit more tyre management helping there as well. And then you know by now, in the wet, most of the AI will pit lap 5 and 6. So 4 wet, and a 3 wet, 5 wet will give you that big chance of pushing some big points here. We move to Brazil. Not had this one for a while in GP, but my favourite ones, 3 softs in the first 3 for the driver at the front. You've got 4M, 5 hard, so turning into a one stop. Both strategies very powerful. Tuning and Merlion will give you that speed, quicker pit time, and Copper and Herald will give you that race start boost. Race start, very effective at Brazil, so basically power through on that first lap, make as many positions as you can. Moving to Singapore, 3 soft is the ultimate strategy here. You can also do a 4M and 2 soft as well. Back of the grid, 3 soft again, Copper and Herald. And we've got 2 soft, 4M, doing that big undercut against the field. Takes a bit of managing on the servicing, so just be careful. But you ideally want to be pushing that first few laps to make sure you come out right on the pack after you have pitted. In the wet, most AI are going to pit lap 5, with a couple on lap 4, so you want to be doing a 3 wet and a 4 wet, 2 wet for the optimum strategy of the undercut. Another pit lane which is going to be chaos when they all pit at the same time. We've got Australia fully wet, so a lot of wet racing this weekend, and we expect most of the AI are going to pit on lap 4 with the odd ones on lap number 5. I will revisit that for the weekend if they do all end up going to lap 5. But if you're from the front, 4 wet, you won't be in too much chaos. If you are outside of that sort of front section, then you can do a 3 wet, 5 wet and a 5 wet, 3 wet to basically ignore and get around the chaos of the pit lane. Then one of the hardest tracks on the game, we've got Monza. Very difficult to overtake, and a one stop here is very powerful. Softs only last around 2 laps unless you're using Frost or SAR. So first strategy is 4M, 4M and a 4 hard, 4 hard. Now you're going to have to do a bit of time management in there, but one stop is very powerful. Both on the same strategy, so make sure you create a gap between the drivers. If you can't create a gap, consider an early pit stop with driver 1 and switch to a 3-3-2. That is the strategy for driver 1 in the second half of the field, and then you can also do that 4 hard yet again. Another difficult track with Austin. 3-2-2, remember, 7 laps, and a 4M free soft. So if your car and your driver has got good tyre management, you can do a free soft 4M or 4M free soft, no problem. Little bit of conserving and some pushing in there as well. Softs can do the 3 laps and mediums can do the 4 laps as long as you don't push absolutely everywhere. We then move back to Belgium. So 2 soft, 2 soft, 2 soft for both drivers at the front. If you manage to create the gap, that's perfect, best strategy. If not, consider a 1-3-2. Remember, double stacking potentially middle stint. Just got to watch that gap. Push driver 1 a bit more to create that gap and earn the power unit with driver 2. We've already been through the wet strategies at the top, so you can see them back up there if you need them, but I've just gave you the basic strategies in there that most of us will tend to follow. So fingers crossed you can smash it this GP. Remember, make sure you're in my Discord server, because if any of these strategies change on a Saturday, I'll be posting it in Discord ready for the Sunday. So make sure you're in there and add your Alfa Romeo roll. Let's see if we can get back-to-back P1 this week, and let's see what fun we are in for. Good luck, and we'll see you hopefully through the weekend and at the results time.